This is a really popular rental scheme that has terrible consequences. Let me help you avoid it. Number one, if the place has a great price, too good to be true, it is too good to be true, because why would I be renting out my really nice loft for a super cheap price when I can get market rate? That doesn't make sense. That's red flag number one. Red flag number two, mentions of a sublease. So that means that you will be renting from the current tenant, and then that tenant would be renting from the owner. Most owners aren't going to allow a sublease, and if they're saying it's a sublease, then you need to see the lease between themselves and the owner to make sure they're even allowed to sublease, and to make sure that the owner knows that you exist. Don't trust everything you see on the internet.
I just found a clever new scam. There was an apartment for rent, and I was thinking, that's really cheap. That's cheaper than I can get an office for, and it's close to my house. So I checked it out. I found it on Facebook Marketplace and sent them a note asking them for a picture of the outside. Well, they said you have to call this number, and they didn't respond to my other things. I thought, oh, maybe it's just a property management company. Well, I called the number because my P.O. box is going up by quite a bit, and I thought, well, $45 a month towards an office might be a little bit of an incentive. And I called, and they sent me an email with a link to a credit monitoring service. So I think the scam is they get you to sign up with the credit monitoring service to be able to qualify for their apartment, and they get a commission on that.
Number 2, do not pay for an application until you know what number you are in line. Now, some states are catching up with this, but in some, you are able to collect as many applications as you want and choose from those. Crazy. I go in order, and there's only one person in my application cycle at any given moment, which means if someone is interested, they apply. They have 48 hours to pass the background check, sign, and pay first month of security deposit. If they don't, then I go to the next person in line, so on and so forth.
I didn't know Atlanta was this much of a fraud capital. Because when you put your head in the ground and you're just doing the work, you kind of lift your head up and you find, what are y'all talking about? That's literally what happens to me sometimes. I don't get pings, well, at least not as much now, because I'm slowly beginning to program an AI agent to notify me of certain things. But I don't get that on average, never historically. But Atlanta got scams, bro.
A family paid $3,000 to rent a home, only to later learn the person they paid the money to didn't actually hold the keys to the property. Well, new at 6, Channel 2 investigative reporter Ashley Lincoln tells us the real homeowner says it was all just a scheme.
This family, they told me they thought this would be their dream home. They were excited. They've moved everything into this property. Been living here for about a month now. That's why they were shocked when they got this letter from Invitation Homes claiming they were squatting. And the company claims they didn't rent this property from them.
Very frustrated, very frustrated.
A mix of emotions. This DeKalb County family says they're now trying to unpack.
It's really messed up that you really took from me and my family.
After putting down nearly $3,000 to move into this rental home on Gresham Road.
We thought everything was good.
This is my first home with me and my kids.
The couple says they responded to the Zillow ad and were contacted by a Gabriel Valdez, who claimed he was with Invitation Homes.
He said he was a homeowner.
Trusting that, they paid Valdez an application fee, deposit, and first month's rent. And
start taking these fucking people to court. Hold these motherfuckers accountable, because simply they do this because nobody's holding them accountable. It is the culture to do bad business in Atlanta. And the most the client is going to do is try to fight for their deposit back. They're not going to get it back because the person's going to be ignoring them and just refusing it. And most people are going to be like, fuck it, I just lost my deposit. I got scammed out of my service. Take these motherfuckers to court.
So because rentals are, I don't say they scarce, but good rentals. You got to really compete with people who have good credit and good search. They make 3 times the amount of rent. They get you with this. You got to meet these people face forward. You got to meet them at the location. You got to get their credentials. And damn, you got to call, especially Invitation Homes. This is a big conglomerate company. You got to call up there. You got to do now the level of due diligence you would have to do if you're going to build a project, if you're going to hire people, if you're going to go work for a place. Work from home scams are big too now. Okay. But you got to do that level of due diligence right now. And I truly believe a lot of people are most people are lazy. Not everybody, but a good fair amount. Think about it. And this is not lazy in a negative. Y'all like, man, you calling people lazy. You expect them to like, subscribe, follow. You better like, subscribe, follow. No, in the sense of you get home and you're tired and you're exhausted. Who has time? You're looking for a place and you're getting inundated and you see this place, you see that place. Who has time to do due diligence on them? Guess what? The same thing that we've been talking about, ChatGPT can actually do a lot of that for you. Gemini can do a lot of that for you. These are why these tools are going to reshape everyday life, even when it comes to real estate, because you got to know who you're talking to on the other line. And it's got to have some level of it's got to be validated. It's got to. And you can't be so afraid that you're going to lose the house and not be able to get the house that you say, oh, I'm just going to go with it. I believed in the past because I've gotten into bad deals and I've gotten into good deals. I've gotten into some real bad deals. I just needed to be patient. I just needed to know that God will work it out for my good. Like I will land in the right place I'm supposed to land. That confidence, I think a lot of people don't have because, and I get it, I'm not beating anybody up because you're so encountered and hit with everything going on that you got to now muster up the confidence to say, this one may not work. It may not be for me. I'm going to stay in the pocket, do my due diligence, and the right one will land and connect with me.
The approved letter sealed the deal, but Griffin says red flags started popping up after Valdez asked them to pay extra money to hire a locksmith to open the doors.
See, you got to meet them out there, let them freaking open the door, and you walk in and you look at it. Say, yeah, I want to give you the money. Let's go ahead and meet face to face. No, we do everything online. Okay, cool. I can do it online when we meet there and walk through it. I can do it in front of you and send you the money. We got to do that.
We felt suspicious with it.
Weeks later, they received this notice and a visit from men in an Invitation Homes truck demanding they vacate the property.
When those trucks showed up, it was just like glass shattering. You know, I just didn't know how to pick up the pieces.
We're not squatters. We did the proper steps to get into here. We did everything that we supposed to have did.
Invitation Homes told me it does not employ anyone by the name of Gabriel Valdez, and none of the documents he provided matched their records. I called several numbers listed for Valdez. No response from either.
I'm sorry, you can't leave a message.
Invitation Homes said in a statement, we're always frustrated to discover that one of our homes has been used for these types of scams.
He burnt the line. He called them on a burner. That's a burner.
The company says it uses third parties to analyze listing sites for fraudulent activity.
We love the home. We really wish that we could make things the right way or better.
And this family says they are exploring other options in the event they have to move. In the meantime, Invitation Homes says it lists a number of ways renters can protect themselves from these situations. We'll have that in the story on our website at WSBTV.com. Reporting in DeKalb County, I'm Ashley Lincoln, Channel 2 Action News.
And that's the suck. That's the part that sucks. 3 stacks, man. 3 stacks is not something you just want to mess around with and just give around to anybody and everybody that just says, oh, I got $3,000. You got $3,000. No problem. I'll let you stay here. Hey, 3 stacks is not where you want to be. Losing 3 stacks, man. Hey, I just put this out here because I'm hoping that people get it and that it stops them. Matter of fact, I'm probably gonna do a reaction video, some stuff to it.